Hello my friends, and welcome back to the second part of this indie game devlog for my upcoming game, Survive Into Night. I've made a tremendous amount of progress in the last week. I'm going to go over all of this, show you what I've done. Let's dive into the game first and foremost. So, as a quick overview, I've made a number of menu and UI improvements. The text looks better. If you look up at the top left, you'll see that there's an indicator of what time of day it is. I've also included a number of bug fixes, and after having a good friend come over and test play the game, I found a number of issues, such as the fact that he was trying to use these weapons right off the bat and had no idea how to load them and wasn't paying attention. So now when you dry fire a weapon, if it's not loaded, it'll automatically reload itself like it just did here. And so you don't just have to do that, so there we're good. You'll also notice that you can now break items, such as these crates. You can straight up shoot these. In this intro area, I kind of indicate that it's possible to do so by kind of blocking this one off, making players kind of wonder how to get in there. And hopefully they'll realize that you can either push these around or straight up attack them and destroy the crates. Pretty cool. Now another feature is if I don't have a weapon equipped, so let's say we drop the pistol here, and you'll notice that I have this quick slot open, you can now punch. People have been asking me to throw punches into the game, and look at that, it does some work. But it uses a lot of stamina, and it's ultimately pretty weak against zombies, so we'll go here and fight a zombie. Yeah, it's pretty satisfying to punch them. Pick my pistol back up. Alright, so we are back in the church area, and you're going to see that this crafting area is fully implemented. We can now craft all kinds of items here. We'll go ahead and craft a couple water bottles, energy drinks, flashlight batteries, bandage, medicine, maybe a new knife, a little bit of gunpowder, and that'll allow us to craft some ammo. And all this stuff just drops to the ground. We pick it up, and a critical feature that has been asked for is to be able to use items inside of this menu. For example, I've got my weapons in these quick slots. I don't necessarily want to have to drag a water bottle into a quick slot, exit the menu, and then use it from there. It's nice that I can just have it sitting anywhere in my inventory, and then I can just drink it like that. Perfect. That makes the game so much faster. So speaking of the inventory, I've had a few requests from people that want to explain how I built this inventory, want to see some of the code, how it works, how they could implement it into their own games. And I am working on another video where I'm going to just focus solely on that. You'll notice that the inventory doesn't stack items. Like this knife, you don't stack two knives. It's really easy to implement that, however, and I can show you how to do it. It's just adding another small tweak to the items, but I kind of like having each item take up a slot because this game is kind of going to be about survival and you know, item management and really making every slot counter. You're also going to notice that there's like probably 40 something slots here. There's also room for plenty more. The player is actually going to be able to unlock new slots as upgrades later on in the game. And with these items, I mean, I can move them around anywhere. I can swap them. I can drop an item if I press that, and then you'll notice here they are, ready to be picked back up. Transparent proximity is what I call it with ceiling objects. So you'll notice like the ceiling object here, as I get closer to it, it becomes transparent. I think that's going to help people realize that doors exist in places such as like here. I've had people test play the game and not realize that they could walk into some of these rooms just because they thought they were walls. So now when you're coming up here, it kind of becomes a little bit more obvious that that's an opening. And you'll see that in other places, like right here in front of the church. I had people thinking that they had to go out here and didn't realize there was any way to do it. Well, even here. Just try to help players indicate where they can go. Okay, so here's another area in the game. I don't believe I showed it off at all in the last video. This is called the suburbs. There's a lot of homes here to explore, to loot, and such forth. These couches, just like the crates, can be destroyed, so I attack that and such forth. Go through here, see the transparent. Now, punching zombies, it's nice to have that as an option, but I just took a decent amount of damage and used a lot of my stamina, so it's kind of a last resort if you don't have any weapons or any bullets to use. Outside of that, the shotguns are the way to go. Fences are also destructible. I kind of thinking about making all the walls and almost maybe make the entire game just destructible. I think that might be fun. You're going to notice there's a lot of grit around here. These aren't items. Notice there's just like trash and such forth. I really want to make this world feel lived in and occupied. And I'm also planning to add airplane debris to kind of indicate that there's been a plane crash somewhere around the map as well. Some little trailer areas. The nice things here with this newest update is that I've improved the zombie physics and AI. So these zombies used to just kind of get stuck right inside of you and kind of like right in the middle of the player, and it was kind of a pain in the butt, and they got people killed in a way. Now they kind of notice how they kind of walk around the player, but they never actually get stuck inside the player. And they do have different attitudes. In fact, if you notice, if I aim differently, the zombies actually lock onto the very front of me. So if I like aim this way or that way, it actually tweaks the zombie a little bit. And not every zombie has the same behavior or AI either. Some of them are going to hesitate a little bit right before they attack you. Some of them are going to have different alertness and such forth. So these zombies are just becoming far more complex, but also, you know, smart. I need to turn my flashlight back on. Oh, I can't because my flashlight battery is dead. So when the flashlight battery is dead, you can turn it on for like a second and then it dies on you. And that's okay. I think I got a flashlight battery here in my inventory. We'll just drag that over here. We don't actually have to do that because, see, I'm used to the old way. I can just use this in my menu now. Perfect. So you'll notice I have 50 flashlight. Using the battery gives me pretty much essentially half of my battery back. And it's nighttime here. During the nighttime, the zombies do populate a lot more heavily, and it can become pretty dangerous to be out exploring. So you have to really be careful. Also, it's 1 a.m. in the game right now. You'll notice there's fog. The fog comes after midnight, and it goes to about 6 in the morning. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm not sure if the video capture is going to make it blurrier or not, but I think it looks pretty good. The majority of what I've added in the last week, I've been really busy. I've also fine-tuned the game, made it a lot more simple for new players to get in. A couple of minor tweaks, like making the zombies do a little bit less damage in the first few days, and I also make your thirst meter go down a little bit slower in the first few days, just so that brand new players have a little bit more time to get acclimated, because this game is brutally hard, and I want it to be that way, but I also got to be really careful not to, you know, turn people off of the game early on. So, yeah. Anyways, I'll be breaking down my inventory system in a future video, and I'll just continue updating you guys with whatever I add onto this game. And let me know in the comments what you would like to see added into this game. I really need your feedback. I really need any advice, you know, any ideas, anything like that. I'll also show more of the story itself off soon. That story is actually coming together. I'm trying to make it slightly humorous, slightly dark, and hopefully something that's entertaining for people to go through. So you can essentially just wander around and gather loot and fight zombies, but there's also a storyline there that's hopefully intriguing in a way. So it is 6 a.m. in the game now. You can see that the lights are kind of coming back up. It is becoming daytime. There will be less zombies as we explore, and I think that's about it. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you can keep up with the development of Surviving the Night. I do plan to release this game onto Steam, probably onto GOG, itch.io, and a few other PC platforms, and who knows, maybe if it's successful one day it could come to the consoles or somewhere else. So yeah, that'd be awesome. I will be releasing a new update here shortly, and I'll talk to you again. And as always, my friends, adios amigos.